Hello, good friends. Welcome back. My audience should be wondering where to put your money because, as you can see, we have Bitcoin, Ethereum, and LiteCoin versus dollars. But in this graph, you can see that Ethereum took a little while to respond at the same way that Bitcoin was responding with the market, and at the beginning not LiteCoin. LiteCoin was kind of following, mirroring in a better way what Bitcoin was doing. So we had this little spike right here, just like Bitcoin did. But then after that, it lost a little bit of what Bitcoin was doing with the market. But Ethereum went up gradually, and then they went up. Then then it kind of went up, kept going up steadily up to certain value over there, over like at $300, 305 or so. And Bitcoin went a little bit like 4,000, 4,060. Okay, and then went down just a bit, but this Ethereum went down hard before Bitcoin. So it's like, and then they enter into this W form, all three of them. But Bitcoin went into the W with a bigger bear trend, meaning it lost more value, or at least what it looks here in the graph. It lost more value than Bitcoin. Then LiteCoin, what LiteCoin did is also lost value, and it's kind of like similar to what at that point was kind of similar in the percentage of what Bitcoin was doing. However, it did not recover like Bitcoin did, because if you notice right over here, Bitcoin went up, right? But not LiteCoin in the same way. It didn't go up all the way. It should have gone up at least to 50, but it stayed down in the 49s. Now, when you look at money, we have a good example here. When you look at money, you should not be looking at it as $40, $200, $280, or $200 or $300, and $4,000. You should all be looking at them at the same level. So if you have $3,000, or if you have $4,000, in this case, I'm here in my mouse, I have 3,800, and then the other one says 2,900. I mean, the other one says 290. You should be looking at it as, like I said first, 2,900. And in this case over here, instead of seeing 449, you should be seeing 4,900. So that's a way to balance out the gap in between thousand, tens, and even in cents, right? So in hundreds. So therefore, what I'm gonna see here, I'm gonna say Bitcoin is at 38, Ethereum is at 29, and LiteCoin it's at 49. Okay, so that's what you should be, in order to convert from what coin will do and what the other coin will do. That's what you want to do. Let's say the LiteCoin goes up back to $80, okay, from $40. From $40 goes up to $80. What will be the equal gain for Bitcoin to go up? So it will have to go from 4,000 to 80 to 8,000. So from 40 to 80, from 4,000 to 8,000. So start looking at them at the same level. Same thing, let's say the XRP. You know, XRP, Ripple. Let's put here in the graph what Ripple would be doing, and I have Dash also. So XRP, it says 0.17 cents. Okay, so take that point away and just say 17. And if you want to match this 17, or actually you want to match this to what Bitcoin is, you say, and then 1,790. That's 91, right? So you're matching it to the other amount. So what will happen if Ripple goes back up to like 22 cents? Then it will go from 1,700. So if you invest $1,700, you will be having 2,200. So therefore, that's a good way to transform the amounts, and it works for everything. So if you have 0.01 like lumens, right? So that will be, just move all the decimals away, so you match the amounts. So you have, instead of 0.01, you can have 10, 1, 100, 1,000, whatever, and then you see the percentage on the gain. So for example, if China wasn't so much if there wasn't so much uncertainty with China, meaning there's not a real uncertainty, okay? It's just a created uncertainty. We all know what's going to actually happen at the end. The Chinese government will start taxing and blah blah blah. All right, so that's what they want because they saw it's a great business. And yeah, some people got scammed, and that's what probably made their government justified their intervention. Oh gosh, intervention. Justify their intervention, but and then that's, you know, but that's a control kind of thing. When someone shoots someone else at a shootout, then government comes in and says, oh, we are going to look into the guns, so let's register them, right? And then after they register them, they take them away. So that's what China wants to do. But so there is no uncertainty. They just want a piece of the pie because it's a great business, and they just realized that. So if there wasn't so much created uncertainty on China, the lumens will be the place for you to put your money, the stellar lumens, because those things are 0.01 cent, and the highest I've seen them is 0.06 cents. So imagine that will be 6 times the amount of money that you put in there. You put your money in there, and it goes 6 times. I made money with them, and as a matter of fact, and so, but I lost money, so I equal it. So I went up flat. You know, I didn't lose, I didn't get anything, but I just went equal thanks to working with the Looming, which they're a good coin. They're just, I don't think they will go up right now due to the Chinese. But as soon as the Chinese fix their stuff, then boom, lumens are going like the little rocket that they are, the little image that they have, lumens, right? XLM. All right, but now we have here Dash and Ripple. What we see is also the dollars. So while Bitcoin was, so you can see the difference on the graph, okay? It wasn't following Bitcoin. It was doing its own little thing. Now ripples were kind of mimicking more what Bitcoin was doing. And if you can see also here in the 18 or the 0.18 or 1800 or whatever, and then you can also divide this in two. So 18, let me pull up the calculator. So if we have 18 times 2, you have 360 or 36, right? And so that will be about the same thing that Bitcoin is. So because Bitcoin is 3,767. Now divide that by 2 and you have 1,800 or 18.83 or 0.1883, which is almost this, right? It's almost 17.17. So that's another way of looking at things. You know, you convert so you can see the percentages, because what you want is you put your money where the more percentage for the gain, more gain for your money, right? And percentage wise. So that's why we're going to see where we're going to put our money. I'm not going to tell you where, okay? You're going to take your own decision, because I don't want you blaming me, but I'm just going to tell you what I think. And so I'm looking at this graph. This is versus dollars. Now Ripple, it's a good place to put your money, but and they say that it's going to go up at, I heard by another YouTuber that it's going to go up on October. Could not, maybe. But one of the things I don't like about Ripple is the following. See, all the other coins, when they work and they have their value, and they will continue going up with the trend, because the more people get interested, the more their value will be, and there are not so many coins out there for the amount of people that live in the world. See? So, and it's not like they can just print it, or they could, but it goes against the rules. So they want, for at least Bitcoin, we know that they want, because we know how much money is there. So it's a good place to put your money, and then we're gonna see why. But in the meantime, you have to see where you are. A short term, you can choose another coin. Long term, Bitcoin, okay, or Ethereum. And looking at it, Ethereum, because what I understand so far is that all these contracts, meaning the other coins, take Ethereum to make their value, to make their transactions, and that goes back to Ethereum, I guess, so, or something. I'm not sure. I haven't investigated too much, but I think that's what it sounds logical. But so Ethereum, it's good place to put your money. Is going to go up, that's for sure. It's been going up, so what would it stop now? But we have so okay, I was saying Ripple, I don't like that is one company that has this coin, and the whole coin depends on how well the company does. If the company goes bankrupt, if the company has the kind of problems, if the company doesn't do well, then Ripple is down, because it's centralized with that company. Now if they separate Ripple and say, okay, we do owe these coins that we want to sell at a better good price, but we are going to detach from Ripple, so we're going to like say goodbye. So like Lumens are detached, but they're part of some company, right? But all the same. But so we're going to detach from them, like Bitcoin, like it's detached from an owner. Then who owns Bitcoin? The people. but if it tests for none other, then Ripple will be a great coin because it's fast as heck. I think it's the fastest coin, as well as XLM, which is the one, the lumens I was talking about, stellar lumens. I make a transaction with Ripple and it goes boom immediately. I make a transaction with Bitcoin now with the new changes and it goes a little faster. LiteCoin is faster than Bitcoin, and so that's what is LiteCoin for. Light, not as silver. So this should change the name. If you want to make more valuable your coin or the coin, I think the community should get together and say we are going to change the name to a fair name that will be understood. So instead of LiteCoin, should be Platinum Coin or something, because they call it the silver of Bitcoin, and it's not fair. To be honest, LiteCoin is better than Bitcoin. All right, it has better technology, it's faster, and yeah, it was after Bitcoin, meaning Bitcoin was first, and then LiteCoin was kind of like what people think is a copy, but it's not. I mean, just think about this: the Model T from Ford, it came out first, and then after you have the Ford Mustang, right? So what would you prefer to drive, the Ford Mustang or the Model T? Well, if you are going to travel from your home to Florida, let's say if you live in New York and you want to travel to Florida, then I bet you will prefer to drive the Mustang, especially if you want to get there in time, right? But if you want to just be a joy ride, then probably the Model T. Who knows? All depends on what you want to do. But if for efficiency and velocity and everything, I'm sure you don't want to be commuting in your Model T, because you will be late for work every time. So yeah, LiteCoin was after Bitcoin, but it's better than Bitcoin. But anyway, people won't realize that, and so here we are. So LiteCoin, it's undervalued? No, because people is who give the value to the coins. So nothing is under or overvalued. Now Bitcoin and LiteCoin are really good. So they're not centralized. They're away from manipulations, and where someone can introduce new coins there. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the only way to introduce them is by mining them, but it's not like someone can just say, oh, I need 100 million Bitcoins now, and then like they do with the dollar, and then introduce Bitcoin, spin the market like that, boom, right? So therefore, and I was saying, let me go back to what Ripple I don't like about Ripple. So about the company, right? And then I heard they make some contracts with banks. Yes, they're gonna buy this Ripple thing. Is the XRP that will be bought there. However, their contracts are allowing their contractees, or the company that contracted with them, to buy the Ripples at a lower price. I mean, so if Ripple goes up and they just buy it, they can just buy it at the moment and sell it immediately. Okay, so and they were being sued, I heard, because they emailed some of their customers saying, no, we don't want you to just buy anymore. You had to, because they didn't say because, but we don't want you to buy now. Like we agreed a higher price, although I haven't seen the contract, so I can't say if they agreed or not, but that's what I heard. So that we're gonna change things. So let's see what happens in October. I will probably put a little bit of money in there, because if you want to double, triple, who knows, right? The only problem is there are so many ripples that it's not gonna go up like Bitcoin until, well, I'm not saying it's never gonna go up to it will probably never go up to $3,000, but it will go up. And because Bitcoin, at the time that Ripple goes up, Bitcoin will be going up as well. So let's go back here. Now let's see what it looks like for the coins in relation to what with the price, with Bitcoin price, right? So here we have Ethereum is down, and if you notice it here, well, you probably can see it because of the resolution, but it says 0.072. That means 0.072 Bitcoins for one Ethereum. If it said 1, that means that Ethereum will be worth the same thing as the Bitcoin. If it says 0.01, that means that if Bitcoin was 3,000, Ethereum will be 300. So in here is what we are approaching. As it goes up, we are approaching that pattern where if Ethereum will be, if Ethereum were to go up to 370 right now, at the same time the Bitcoin is 3,700, then it will be 0.1. Okay, that will be the exchange rate in between Ethereum and Bitcoin. So I made a mistake a little while ago, because I said 0.01. It's 0.1. Okay, so now as holding value versus Bitcoin, we see that Ethereum is better than the other two coins that I have here, Dash and LiteCoin. A little while ago, so 2 days ago, Bitcoin was going down, and everything was going down, but this Dash was going up. And I have Dash here as another exchange. Okay, I didn't realize that, but well. And this is still image. And now went back down, just forming the W. See this W that we were looking. Now I want you just to ignore LiteCoin for a second. Just look at Bitcoin versus dollars and Dash versus Bitcoin. So they did that, the same W here, but it is not with the dollar. Okay, this is with Bitcoin, so in relation to Bitcoin. So Bitcoin went down, but this went down even harder than Bitcoin, so probably double down. Let me see what that's over here. Alright, so I apologize for the time this takes. There we have Dash versus US dollars. It was up here 360, and it went down all the way to 340. So no, it was like 380, and then went down to, or 370, and then went down to like 345 right here. So that is like 380. That was like here Bitcoin, right? And it only went down to 70, through 370, and this went down even further. I see that because this is equal, right? But Bitcoin was going down, So this is the same amount. This is kind of the same distance than here. This is why I figured that it was almost double. So, and then they recover, and then it is the same thing here. Now the recovery here was about the same. And then when it went back down, here looks the same, but you can tell that it went back down double right here, right? Then it went back up, but not as high as it was before, so halfway. And here looks like it went back up the same as this, because you can be confusing to see a correlation between Bitcoin in US dollars and Dash and Bitcoin. So what this means is that you probably want to put your money where you can see more percentage, and then it went back and it went down hard, so you can see here to 330, and Bitcoin now has been going up, and this has been going down, and that's not good. All right, so that's how we have Ripple. Now let's see. LiteCoin in correlation to what? To Bitcoin. So which one is best for you? Ethereum, Ripple, or LiteCoin, or the other one that we were looking at? So looking by this graph, I'm gonna say that the best one is Ethereum, right? So, but now let's go to, if you switched from LiteCoin to Ethereum, is that a good idea? Look at this graph here. This is US dollars and LiteCoin. Look how this is like tight, going on a straight line almost. And that gives me the idea that it's like a spring that is going to be boom, going up at some point, and I hope that happens because it's overdue. It's being kept down. And if you see this blue thing here versus almost nothing, that means there are a lot of buyers that want it. When this happens, and this bar up here, this little mark goes to the right, that means that there are more buyers than sellers, and the price will likely go up. And then we are looking here at the RSI, and then we are in the 4-hour time frame, and the RSI did not go down to 0 as oversold, so it stopped at 15, went back up, and it looks like it's on an uptrend, but in the separation from the red and blue is kind of notorious. So it could go up higher, and this blue line is over the red line, so that's a good thing. All right, so now let's look at this other chart, and let's see if we can find any patterns. But before we find this patterns, let's just confirm the okay, hold on, that's Bitcoin. So that's LiteCoin. And before we find any patterns on both Bitcoin and LiteCoin to see where the trend might go, let's see here what people are buying. So this person 49.19, this is likely the problem that LiteCoin has. Like, there's always some fool trying to sell their LiteCoin, and it stops the price there. See, so this is, all of this is nothing to be paying attention to. If you can see, it's not even one of them, but it just causes confusion there and to the distracted buyer and seller. This is important one right here, this one, 49.19, and now we have, but because of the greed, they want to get more. If they're buying, they're looking at how to buy it cheaper. Once they own it, they want to sell it the highest, right? So it's always that battle. So therefore, look, these people here with the tiny little orders cause this guy to go up with his 145 LiteCoin order to go over this one guy. So if you have one guy in front of you, who cares? Let him be in front of you. Don't bring the price up if you want to buy. But if you are selling, don't be fooled by these little orders and put your order down here so that you can like skip these guys, which in someone that wants to buy an amount, a bigger amount, they don't care about these tiny little orders. They're going to look at the bigger orders, like starting for this 25. So over here we have this 2,000, 1,700, 2,200, and down here it's 100 and so, and this guy right here with 145, which is why we probably have this going all the way up here. See that? And this tiny little orders right there. So yep, the price is likely to go up right now based on this. And now let's look at the like 4 or 5 minutes more or 10 minutes more in the future. Let's look for a trend. So we have a head, a shoulder, a head, and another shoulder, and then one down, like I said in my last video. And like I told you, not to be worried. It wasn't going to be going down from here, and that's only because I was able to look at this 6-hour chart. And so here looks like it's tightening. So I don't know what's going to happen with LiteCoin. So let's look at Bitcoin. Because LiteCoin is kind of artificially manipulated right now, either by Chinese or by someone or by fear or by something. Okay, but now I was worried about this, about LiteCoin. I remember in the past when Bitcoin was $1,800. I'm sorry, $1,200, like in 2013, and it went down to 800, back to 800, and then it went down to 200 or so. LiteCoin, when Bitcoin was 1,200, LiteCoin was $45, and then it went down to 24. Okay, and after that, for 2 years, it went down in between the ranges of $3 to $4 to 4.55. That was sad. For 2 long years, it went flat. Okay, but when I realized this, and just a little while ago, when Bitcoin and the other coins were going down, the only coin that stood at 40, in between 40, 45, and so 39 was LiteCoin. So it seemed unaffected by what Bitcoin was doing, right? So meaning when it was going down. So because when it was going up, then it has benefit. So what that means is I feel that it has a huge support right in where it is now, and that's why it's not bouncing from 49 or 48, 47, whatever, past 51. It just stays there in between 51 and where it is now, 49, 48, 47, because there's a huge support. There's a block. Well, once it surpasses that and the other ones are up, that's it. Unfortunately, that I heard that the Chinese are favored of LiteCoin is a favorite for the Chinese. So therefore, until that thing is resolved, we won't see LiteCoin going up. And I always fear, because that's the uncertainty right there. Even though I believe all the stuff I just told you, I fear that LiteCoin will probably go down if the support is lost. But I don't think for the following. This makes me doubt. It's on one of the few exchanges it takes that you can buy your Bitcoin, Ethereum, and LiteCoin with a credit card, or transferring your money from your bank account like PayPal would do, taking money straight from your bank account. Coinbase, so it's there. So LiteCoin is there, and it was just recently added. Therefore, I don't think it's going back to the $3. Who knows? If it goes back to $3, and I cry because I have money invested in there. But if I didn't have money invested in there, then I will buy it. You see what I'm saying? How funny psychology works. So therefore, and for that reason, I don't think that LiteCoin is going to LiteCoin's value is going to be lost, because it was just added to that exchange, and so other people are a little bit more fans of this crypto stuff are, putting their hopes there. And all right, so what I believe, and I lost track of what I was going to say, my friends, and that's the way I am, so I apologize. All right, so let's look for this trends right here. This does look like a little W. You see, like I told you, this is still the W, my friends, and it might go up. This might go up, and I will show you again. I found it, but I was just want to look. Oh, here it is. Well, it looks more like this. Head and shoulders. There. But why do I say that? Well, this is one head, one shoulder. This is the head, and this is the other shoulder. So I think it will go up, and especially because we are on a bulls market, and all this new has stopped the price from inflating, which could be probably a good thing, because then we have more bubble. But we are in the bubble. We are in the bubble since this thing was born, because we were in the bubble when it was $800. It was in the bubble when we were $1,200, and when it was $2,000, we were in the bubble. So now it's $3,000, we were in the bubble. $4,000, we were in the bubble. So we will always be in the bubble. So don't worry, we are always gonna be in the bubble. It's like a huge pool of black gold, the petroleum, right? Going, and then there's another like that, and each time the bubble goes up, you sell, falls, buy again, and then you just do it all the time and make good money. So I think these are the shoulder, head, and shoulder. What we have to be watching now is that we won't find a double top. Okay, so that will be a bad thing. So if it goes to that value and doesn't go over it, but it stays there, then that will be a double top. It hasn't happened yet. And why would that be a double top? That will be a person has a humongous order over here that people cannot buy, and therefore keeps the price at that level. See, if that person removes his sell order, then the price will go up, and they could probably just sell one at a time, scaling it up, scaling it up, scaling it up. But it's always one person that is very greedy and scared, and they just want their money. So that's why they do this. They sell it, and then the momentum kills the momentum, right? Because stops the price. I don't know if you remember back here. I'm going to show you here with the Ethereum graph. Here in the Ethereum graph, where is that? Let's see. Okay, right here. No. No. Yep. It was right here. Right in here. You see this line? This line right here. Let me grab this. That is top over there. 275 actually. Well, that, my friends, it was a trend that it started at around, let's zoom in. Oops. Let's zoom in. There it started at, yep, exactly, like from here. Like, I realized this was happening at around 236. Okay, and it just went up like crazy for a while. So let's look at 15-minute time frame. No, I'm just gonna find that thing. Oh man. Oh, this is 30-minute time frame. It's not giving me more of the history. I want to see more of the history, but it's not giving it to me. Oh boy. Okay. I'll probably be able to find it here in this one. Or not. Ah. Yeah, it's LiteCoin. Of course not. So I'm going to put Kraken. ETH US dollars. And so it was 4,000 and it was down here, okay. I can't find it. Oh boy. Alright. Let's go back here then. Sorry. I'm sorry about that. Well, so I realized that, right? And it was going up, and I was really new at this whole thing. And I said, oh my god, it's going so up so much. I'm going to sell this. I'm going to sell that. I got to buy this. So that's what happens when the market goes ballistic, like it bulls. The bulls, start buying more and more and more. People get excited. They're like, oh, this is never going to end. I'm making tons of money, blah, blah, blah. And then buy. And then some people want to sell their stuff. And then they just, and if there's enough momentum, they buy those guys that are selling. And then they realize, oh boy, I should better get back in. If they get back in. Some of them, they won't. But if enough people sells at the same time, which is what happened here, they realized that. Now, what happened? Why did this stop, especially here in Kraken? Well, stopped because so it was very funny. It stopped because at other exchanges, let's say the price was 250, while at Kraken was 266. So you can buy somewhere else and sell there immediately. Make money. So this is one of the reasons why Bitfinex is not a good place to buy, because you buy there, you transfer, the people in there realize that you're doing that, and they go look to see where are you transferring your coins, especially if there are a big amount of coins, right? A lot of money on coins. Why is this guy transferring there? They go look, and they see the business. So what they do, they slow down your transfer, and they can take up to 12 hours. So it took the other day, I transferred $22,000 from one exchange to the other one, and it took a while for them. 12 hours to transfer my coins. And when they transfer them, the price that it was where I was going to make money, I was already losing money. Okay, I was really lucky, bro. I broke even. Well, maybe I banked $100, but I was gonna make $1,500 immediately. But they realized that, why is this guy transferring here? And because they have the little addresses, and then they know where the thing is going, then they do their business themselves. So they do transfer the stuff and make the money, and then once you're not gonna make money, once they're tired, maybe they go to bed, who knows, then they let your transfer go through. That's what I believe they're doing. I mean, if they do it manually and they do want to investigate a little bit of this, come on, they're in the business of making money. This is like the casino. The exchanges is like the casino, which is why when I finish the Buy Crypto Pig website, and I will make some cool rules in where if there's a bear market and you're gonna lose money, okay, and if you've been trading with my exchange, then I won't be charging you fees, so that you won't lose also on the fees. See, so I'll be nice. But oh well, it was going back up. It was going up. Then people realized, many people sold at the same time, and it started dying. It was just going down, dude. It was going down, 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 down. And then it went down so much that someone had a huge order, huge order, and they was selling it even lower. So you could buy from that guy then, and then send the coins somewhere else and sell them and make $5 per coin, or maybe even 10. I can't recall exactly, but it was like 230, while at, I don't know, Coinbase, where you can just sell immediately at a huge percentage gain for them, then you will still make money. It was that funny, that hilarious, and not right, because that person probably lost tons of money by selling it that way, scared. So if you're gonna do business with Coinbase, I suggest to look first, not to buy when you're gonna lose money on their fees. So they have this other exchange called GDAX, this one here, and this GDAX has is connects your account with Coinbase. So you go and open up your, in order to get to GDAX, you have to open up an account with Coinbase, get you verified and blah blah blah, right? And then after, you just go to the webpage GDAX, click login, and immediately takes your information from Coinbase and gives you the login, and you can switch and you can transfer from your Coinbase wallet into the GDAX wallet free of charge. So upload your money from your bank account into Coinbase, and it will take a while, right? But it will be free. You just upload US dollars or whatever amount they have in their country, in your country that they allow you, and then you do your, and then you transfer that into the GDAX, and then use that to exchange. I believe that's how you can do it. And then if you live outside the United States, or if you're traveling, then you want to come to Coinigy and create an API key so that you can do business with GDAX through Coinigy, because GDAX or Coinbase will close out if they need their megahertz or whatever, their server power to serve some countries they favor, and so you will be out. So a lot of, if you were traveling in Mexico, and a lot of the times that I wanted to make a purchase at a lower price or sell before it was going down, I didn't have access, so I was stocked. So that's why I changed from that exchange into Kraken, and Kraken is not, it's not better, because now it doesn't have, I don't think it has the stop loss orders. That's not good. And also, reason number one why I'm stuck with LiteCoins right now, and also, if you want to sell there, sometimes it takes a while for it to go through. You click and click and click and click, and it says it didn't go through, or it expired, and all sorts of bullshit that stops you from having your order going through. And if you want to sell and buy, then later you lose. Okay, so Kraken, to me, it's like a place where you can buy if you program it, and then you say, and put a goal and say you're going to sell this price, and put your order, and then that will work. But if you want to do it in the moment, the spot, sometimes may, and sometimes most of the time won't. So that's the thing. And then the other, the Bitfinex, I think they're crooks. I mean, because they stop your coins from going out. So that's, and they're Chinese. They're over there in Hong Kong. So, see, when are we going to have a good exchange that is going to work, and it's not going to be crook, and then it's going to work all the time? It's going to be well programmed. Wait until I finish my site, and I'm going to show you what I have done. I'm going to show you one of my sites. I made this website. It's called lottoa.com, and analyze the lottery. For example, although I'm out of the country right now, and I had to go over there and fix something in the server. So it got stuck on July 2017. Look at that. That side. Where it got stuck, but oh well. So I make, for example, huge of analysis here. It's amazing, just the amount of stuff I put. Units and things, and all those dollars. And for example, you click here. All this combinations and the dates, right? Let me. Okay. All these combinations and the dates. If you notice, 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's the same. Every single one here has that 0, 7, 0, 4, 0, 6, 0, 3, 0, 0, 0, 0, right? 0, 4, 0, 9, whatever. This one is 1, 1. It will be 14, 18, 10, 14, 17, 18. So all of them have the same beginning number, either 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, and it has the dates, and these are combinations they have played. And the 7 that is being selected there in yellow is because you are looking at 7 right now. However, you're looking at 7. Let's go back to analysis. Hold on, let me switch to English. So you're looking at number analysis, and you have 7 selected. So let's select another number. Let's say 5. And now we have this 5. Let's go back to combinations. And we were looking at, now no 5 is, no, only the 5s are selected, right? Because that's probably your favorite number. You're just looking at it to see if you can win with it. So, and this green numbers tells you how often this 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4 played. So 126 games went by, and then it played again. 5 games and it played. 2 games in between and played. 65 and so on. And for example, now it's not working because it has an update, but it should be 31 games since last time into the current date. So that's what this is. So this is Connecticut Lottery, and I wonder why it is stopped updating. When I go back home, I will fix it. Let's see if the Powerball is updating or not. No. So yeah, I was working on this thing, and I had to interrupt for doing something, helping my dad with some of his stuff. So that's why I had to interrupt the project. Now the other website that I have is called play4tokens.com, and this website, I made this one differently, so this should not have any updating problems. This one, if it misses one date, it just rectifies itself. Oh, so why is this saying I'm gonna have to ask to restart that server? Because the level of security that I have in there, of course, this won't happen with the exchange, if that's what you're thinking. Because I won't launch until everything is all set. All of this are in beta and alpha mode, and they're very complicated, kind of like a hobby. Let's see. I'm gonna ask the server to be resetted. So that it can update, so there's some kind of problem going on. I know why. It's not oh well, I'm not gonna say why, but I know why. It's not my fault. It's the person that I have there taking care of this whole thing. Damn, I just ventilated. Boy, boy, boy. So, well, in this case, this other website also has, you know, kind of like you put your mouse on top of this and it tells you number 10 played on these 3 dates in the last 10 games, and so on, and tells you how many times, some of the you know, kind of similar stuff. And if you want to learn what each little thing means, then you click on how to use, and it explains what this is. And I was thinking of creating a token that it will be, you know, this website's token, and making it super secure. Where, okay, so I was telling you, this website I concentrate on security, so I made this the most secure thing to be. That's why I don't have access to my own server even from far, because, well, I had to block everything so that it will be secured, and the only way to interact with it is through this page, right, which is very secure. And I'm not going to explain you what other computers work to make this even more secure, but because that will be, I already gave you some, but it will just make you be like, oh my god, this card. But anyways, hopefully, no, if you hack, let me know how, so that I can fix it. But it won't happen. Therefore, I have my donation page here if you want to donate, because nobody has donated yet. And what's more, I don't even recall if I still own this these wallets, but I think I do. But nobody has donated this to my poor little Bitcoin stuff on LiteCoin, and I don't think so. So I even had Google Checkout, like back in the day when it existed. So if you want to donate, use PayPal, or just send me a money order. Well, no, you. All right, so that was it for today. Thanks a lot for watching. Oh no, we were gonna look at the patterns. So yeah, this looks like a double. Look, and it's going up, and we have volume growing here. So that means it might go up, and this is Ethereum. Oh wait. Okay, so we were back in the past. So yeah, no, right now it's not. It doesn't look like a W. It looks like a double head, like I explained. And it's all crooked. Let's see at the Bitcoin, because the Bitcoin is ruling right now. Well, we have some green line at a 6 hour, but I don't see a lot of volume down here. See, a lot of volume would look something like this, but no, but not after a downtrend like that. So we'll have to be something like, let's see, like over here. See, the price was chilling and everything, and then boom, a huge spike of purchase volume. That's what we would like to see right now, right here. A huge spike. And if there was any positive news, then people will think, it's going up, I gotta buy now. And then go buy, and it goes back up, and then whoever sells first at the higher price makes more money. So it's kind of hard to tell, but I think I overextended this video, and I thank you for watching. Take care.